constantly drop everything. So I ended
You
up
do.
buying like
All your toys are always broken.
not all of them. I gotta say, you know,
A lot of them.
a lot of them. No, a lot of them have sustained injuries.
How many times do our conversations start with, "See this thing? I'd like reglue it." You can barely tell. I can
But
tell.
like, have I talked
time.
about how I have like 18 bottles of this because I use it so often?
No, that's
You're
way
huffing,
too
are
much.
you huffing glue again? We talked about this.
It's amazing. And a friend of mine said, like, "Are you huffing that glue?" I'm like, "No, like I just." And you know what's funny? It's like, you know, shout out to my, you know, if you ever want to sponsor us, Iron Studios. It's always my Iron Studios pieces. Every single time I get a new Iron, I'm like, "Oh, I gotta crack." Oh, cool.
Well, that's because they're just so pretty. You want to pick them up and show them all the time. And Iron Studios, we would love to show them off here, please.
Yes, please. I will always.
You know what I've been doing? I've been watching a lot of Breaking Bad again. And this is why I don't like the internet. Because I've never watched the show before. So I have the benefit of being able to go onto all the subreddits, being able to go on all the websites. And I've been enjoying it. I've loved it. But for some people who watch it all the time, all they do is complain. So I go into the subreddit and I'm like, man, I've got my own theories because I haven't finished it. No spoilers. But the guy goes in and I was like, my goodness, season 4 was amazing. Like, I thought it was so good. So I'm looking up season 4. And the first thing I see is this, pardon my language, everyone, jabroni. I know I know we owe The Rock $1, but that's his. Is complaining about the fact that the baby, spoiler alert, I guess, for Breaking Bad, but Walt and Skyler, have a baby. He's like, there's just not enough character development of the baby. It's barely mentioned in the entire show. I'm like, it's a baby. And everyone is trying to talk this dude off the digital ledge. And he's like freaking out on everyone. He's like, he barely mentions him. He's doing this, and she owns a car wash. And where's the baby? I'm like, you're talking about a baby, man.
Yeah,
it's a baby. And I don't know how to stop. And then I'm like, I'm yelling at my phone again. And I'm like, I'm waiting in line for coffee, and it's time for me to stop. But yeah, that's why I love, and I have a love and hate relationship with fandoms, but not you guys. Hello and welcome in, everyone. Thank you guys for being so very patient with us. We were all somehow sick last week. We just timed it. I wasn't feeling good. Alex wasn't feeling good. Daniel wasn't feeling good. And Autumn was really, really sick. So there was no one to run the show. We asked if Daniel and Alex's cats would run the show. And they said not right. Meow. I'm sorry. That was terrible.
Oh,
that was good.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know how to. I started talking and I didn't know how to land that. And I was like, "That's the easiest layup." So, hi everyone. Welcome to another pop culture news headlines. Head over to fandomsocial.com for our blog. You can follow us on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagrams, YouTube. I already said TikTok. You can follow us everywhere and then join the group at Fandom Socialites. My name is Paul. I'm here with Mandy Patinkin's stand-in, Alex Aronowitz. How you feeling?
That's me. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I could solve a crime on a yacht. No, on a cruise ship, in the middle of the ocean. I think I could do that with Mandy Patinkin.
I would love to just see you two together sharing an ocean cabin. That would be TV.
Isn't that I've been trying perfect father-son comedy?
I would oh my god. I've been trying to get his attention on Instagram, but he's like I'm Mandy Patinkin, I don't care. I will find you, Mandy. We will hang out.
They will. And of course, with our corporate fun officer who is promoted without letting any of us know, Daniel, how you doing? You got new lights over your head? Does it change with your mood and your attention span in the show?
It does not. That was a paid upgrade that I chose to pass on. This is the fun. This is the aforementioned fun.
Yes. I'm a fun guy. Look, it is an Amazon product. We are not sponsored by Amazon, but Amazon, we'll take your money. And Alex is like, just be careful. Don't leave it plugged in. It'll burn down your apartment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of
be
cats.
Careful. Yeah, speaking of cats, there's a cat down there. We've got a fun show today. We're going to be going over some news. We've got a trailer we're going to go over. And if you hadn't guessed, due to unpopular demand, Bringing back Cryptid Corner. I'm very, very excited. I've been pretty deep in books that only make me dumber lately, and so I've been reading about cryptids and specifically Texas cryptids because I will be moving back to California by the end of the year. And so I was like, you know what? I haven't done any cryptid research in Texas, and so here we are making up for it. I'm excited, but all right. Well, while we're here, let's say hello to everyone. Hello, Liza. Hello, us.
Wait, you beat Steve there?
She beat Steve.
She's beating. Just be nice to Steve. Don't beat him.
Yeah, she got caught. Steve got caught lacking. Liza came in early.
Invincible.
Oh, I heard the new season of Invincible is amazing.
I just watched it. Yeah, I just binged it the other day.
What's up, Tenchi? Hello, John. Steve, we wanted to let you know that also behind the scenes we were prepping. We were doing our vocal exercises. Whoa. And we saw your note and we were all like, we all just had a visceral reaction. We're like, yeah, we know what that's like. Yeah. Immediately. Yeah. Steve, hope you're well. Hope we can take your mind off it for 45 to 60 minutes, depending on how long this part of the show goes. Dwayne, what up? Hello, Laura. Hello, everyone else kind of flying in. Hello on Facebook. Yes, we're live on Facebook. We're live on X. And we're live on we're live in the group.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Dwayne. I had a hot dog joke. I don't remember it anymore. I wrote it down somewhere, Steve, and I forgot it anyways. Hello everyone. Welcome in. Let's get into the pop culture news and headlines. We're going to start first with some news about Universal Studios' 60th anniversary. Many of the experiences that will be built into the event will allow guests to feel like they are stepping into the past, while other opportunities will find ways for contemporary attractions to pay tribute to the legacy of the studio and the park itself. Universal Studios Hollywood's 60th anniversary events will kick off on April 26th, so a couple weeks actually, and run through August 11th. You guys big Universal fans? I feel like
I love Universal.
I do too. Like, right? Show of hand. You would go over Disneyland?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, interesting. Didn't know that.
I've never been to Disneyland.
Away. It's half the price, and they have alcohol there. It's a win-win.
I mean, I just went to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal. It was freaking awesome. And then we got to go to Harry Potter World at night. Like we were riding Harry Potter rides at like 2 a.m. It was freaking awesome. But yeah, absolutely love Universal Studios. The Mummy is the best ride.
The Mummy is the best ride. I haven't gone to the park regularly in a long time, but I used to go every year for Halloween Horror Nights at least. And I'm like, man, it never, like, I know what it is. I know all the locations, but it always delivers.
Yeah. Like
it's always great. Yeah. And Jade Edwards says Universal Studios is the best amusement park in Southern California. I agree. I love it. For what you get. I think Yeah. Tenchi says, we're talking about the park and not the studio and its IPs. Yeah. So the park, apologies. So there are a few things that are coming to the park to celebrate its 60th anniversary. First of all, it's the return of the iconic red and white candy stripe glamour trains. Look at those things. Those look like hot dogs.
You know, man, now I'm like, I think I might take a weekend and go.
Right.
Yeah, between now and August.
That looks fun.
Sorry, continue.
You're out there in time. We'll make it a Fandom Social trip. Go live. Get an illegal lawsuit with Universal Studios, and then we can live stream the court case. It's a win-win.
I love it.
I remember my hot dog joke, by the way.
What's hot dog joke? Here, let's hear it before we go back.
That when you play with your hot dog fingers, instead of you go like but it's just wiener. So it wasn't funny. It wasn't. I remember. God. I wrote.
You had to remember that.
I did. No, I wrote it down so I wouldn't have to remember it. Dwayne, I apologize for wasting your time.
A tree died for that joke because you had to write it down.
Yeah, it did. No,
I'm calling the. I'm calling.
I'm
Greenpeace
writing
on
on my walls these days, like the Unabomber. It's been great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the iconic red and white candy stripe glamour trims. There's also going to be memorable photo opportunities and social media post areas, including a giant King Kong backdrop, and the
They're bringing
theme
that
park's
back.
original hanging jaws shark is either coming back or that it's being renovated. Which I didn't know
something
it
I
left.
missed. That's something I missed because again, I've never been to the California one. I've only been to the Florida one, but I was very upset that my first time there, it had already gone. Jaws was already gone. You know, there was a whole thing where like he would come out of the water, and it was like a whole thing. They had hanging one,
Mhm.
and the same thing with King Kong. Like I remember, my cousin sent me pictures when she went when I was a little kid. She gave me all these pictures. Didn't send me pictures. I'm sorry, she showed me photographs because it was I'm old. But of the King Kong backdrop, so it's like I missed out on all that. So the fact that they're bringing that back, I'm like, I think I need to make a weekend out of it.
I
It'd
think
be
you
fun.
do. I don't. And again, for people who don't know, me and Daniel grew up with each other. Daniel is my cousin. He's the resident Nepo baby. I don't remember us going very often, like at all.
I know there was a couple trips that I went with my dad on he probably took me when I was like 6 or 7 around like the Halloween time. Yeah,
I wasn't invited.
I saw the posters for like the scary mazes they had. And I was just a mess. We hadn't even gotten into the park yet. I was sobbing because I was so scared. But now
If I
it's become
remember-
one of my favorites.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, that's back when they used to like have a lot of their resident artists from their creative teams like hand draw all these posters and everything. They were sick. If you guys ever want, go down that rabbit hole of all of the classic marketing material for Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights. It's pretty sweet. But also to coincide, lastly, to coincide with the Diamond Anniversary, which is 60, this simulated natural disaster attraction Earthquake has undergone a top to bottom renovation. So apparently it's like completely new. I haven't been in years. Like I haven't done that ride. But if anyone here has, like, I mean, let us know. I don't even remember the old. I remember it moving, and I remember.
And they had the thing drops down, the thing crashes down, and the water
put one
starts
picture
falling.
in there. Yeah. So
Yeah.
This is the classic poster. Sorry, Daniel, we cut you out. You're like Mike Wazowski. And yeah, so it simulates an 8.3 earthquake. It's doing the same thing, but it's updated it and it's made it more immersive, which I felt it was super immersive already. But I do remember that ride, but I didn't think that it closed.
When I went recently, like it wasn't open. So, but the first time I went, that I did go on that thing. They asked me to be an evil scientist. They asked me to like use my. They said we want to hear everyone's evil laugh, and they were like, "Whoa, this guy."
like he's not with the group. He's on his phone.
Yeah. But yeah.
Jen says I haven't been in years. I'm sorry, I haven't been there in ages, but Costco used to sell Universal Studios year passes for $108. There's also that part where they used to be the annual passes used to be like, I remember they used to be like $60.
Yeah. And I think maybe the $100 one included parking for the year, and now it's like $40 on its own.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know, man. I remember my sister loves it. I mean, she I didn't want to put Alex on the spot, but I was gonna get there.
When do I have to do this?
Now
we can hold all questions to
now.
You need Robitussin. That sounds well done.
Actually,
nice.
When I was in my death metal band, my drummer's brother used to call me Ludens because he said I sounded like I needed a cough drop.
I like it.
I was like, I'm in a death metal band. This is what I'm supposed to sound like, Dave. Anyways,
that's how most of the metalheads I've ever met or worked with sound like. Like, actually, if I could just have a lozenge, that would be wonderful.
That'd be wonderful.
Like, you're not evil. Your name's Stuart.
Could have a nice little licorice. I don't know.
Yeah,
it helps.
Yeah,
by the way.
Agreed. Getting some love. That was a good evil laugh. What? Here, I'll do mine.
That was a small one. Oh yeah.
That's like my Titus Andromedon.
No.
Mwahaha. You want to try?
No, you're not trying, Daniel.
You want to try an evil laugh, Daniel?
Oh. Yeah, I can't go.
Oh God!
I have trouble.
Your cat is staring at you, embarrassed. Your
It
cat
sounds
is
like we
embarrassed.
walked in on him auditioning for like those open call Star Wars roles.
Yeah, that's my motivation. You know.
Your cat is so
Oh,
embarrassed.
they were all terrible. We should not have followed Alex Daniel. We should have let him go last.
We should have.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna move on to the next piece of news, which we are very, very excited for.
Big news.
All right, Alex. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say the headline in the column, right, that we're looking at, and then you're gonna do your evil laugh. Okay.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the Poohniverse. So, with Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, the second film in the Poohniverse, Winnie is
That's such a bad name.
this is going to introduce all of the titular iconic Disney characters into this evil world that is being like loosely dubbed the Poohniverse. I don't know if that's like the actual name
That's
that they're
what
going to
it said.
into.
In
I know.
Variety, do we have the poster? Let's bring up the poster.
We do have the poster. Can we bring up the poster, Daniel?
The poster.
Oh my God! It is.
We do not have the
And-
poster.
Wait, hold on. I think I
Oh.
found it. Oh,
There it is.
There it
the
is.
Poohniverse. It's such a bad name.
Wait.
Yeah.
Saying it, I just feel like we're gonna get red flagged.
I don't know. Who,
No, it's
yeah.
Mad Hatter.
Yes.
Laura said don't say it anymore.
Absolutely. Say crack again. Crack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, Peter
Mm-hmm.
Pan. You got that's Pooh riding Bambi. Who's that
Yep.
with the top hat?
I don't
Mad Hatter, I
know.
think.
Is Mad Hatter? Maybe I guess maybe that's Peter Rabbit. Who
Yep.
and then who's the John Wayne Gacy looking dude that's like above everyone?
I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. Because I've been
Okay,
trying to figure.
well, I
I'm trying to
guess.
figure out which one of these is Tinkerbell.
Oh, right.
Tinkerbell is supposed to be one of, because according to this, let me read it. Let me read some of the information. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey team to unite Pooh, Bambi, Tinkerbell, and more in a low-budget horror crossover. So the filmmakers, it's the micro budget, right? Because it's all like a real low-budget ones. It sparked headlines turning A.A. Milne's jovial bear into a feral serial killer and made an incredible $5.2 million, costing under $50,000. Now it's going to be called that name of the movie that I just don't feel comfortable saying anymore.
Poohniverse.
And I should say Poohniverse : Monsters Assemble, or Monsters Assemble, bringing together Pooh and other beloved children's characters gone bad. Yeah, so this is brutal. So they're going to have more standalone movies. So they're actually going to be doing an Avengers build-up.
It's literally the Avengers.
Yeah.
It's
That's all it
literally
is. I'm
the
so
Avengers,
excited for it.
and they're doing
I'm so
individual
excited.
movies, including the recently announced Bambi: The Reckoning, which
Yes.
they just dropped a trailer for.
There is a trailer, everyone. So this is a trailer. I want to preface with something. None of us have watched. I don't think. I know me and Alex have not watched. Daniel, you haven't seen this either, right?
No, I heard about it on Twitter, but I haven't seen it.
So we're gonna watch it live with all of you right now. Just be warned. I believe this is like PG-13, but
Mhm.
we also haven't watched it. So there's kids in the room. Shield their eyes, or we'll see you in about 3 minutes.
Yeah,
Run it.
I'm just Yeah. Well, let's find out.
Oh my goodness. I'm really nervous now. My headphones are so loud. I knew it.
You ever shot a deer?
No. Have you?
Yeah. Once.
You look so uncomfortable holding that gun. I love the key art. I love the trigger.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Had me in the second half.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, "Wait, did he say I've shot a deer once?"
Once.
Is that like the
That was
setup?
very have you seen the movie Johnny Dangerously?
No.
Neither of you have seen Johnny Dangerously? All right, people in the comments will have seen Johnny Dangerously.
Yes,
So
they will.
they know all.
I was thinking the same thing. The buck stops here.
One of the recurring jokes is my grandmother kicked me in the balls once, and like it's a repeating joke. So like, yeah, I shot a deer once.
It is definitely like giving like the early days of Marvel when it's like I'm going to a place it's a little off the beaten path, but they know their science, and you hear the boom 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 boom.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like that's all you hear when the movie ends. Like they're going for it, and then they are doing a full like integrated web of all of these movies that is leading to their Avengers. And I am so much more excited for these dumbass movies than I am for any other Marvel movie coming out.
Yeah, no, I was actually so Paul, and Dana, like I do these mystery movies, and we had a mystery movie Monday,
Right.
which was a horror movie, and I was very disappointed because like I was looking at all the upcoming films, and we were like sure it was either going to be The Exorcist, the beginning, or whatever. Not The Exorcist, the beginning. No, the other one, the Omen, the first Omen. Or I was like, wait a minute, it could be Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2 because it's also coming out. It wasn't either of those. So I was quite disappointed that it was not Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
So I'm going to tell you, there's a whole other thing. I'm in my film subreddits, and everyone is like cautiously optimistic about these movies. But someone brought up a good point once, and they were saying how Disney funds so many of these movie theaters, and these movies are like a direct to Alex's movie about this man Jonathan getting kicked in his testicles, in the testicles of Disney. That like they're making fun of these properties, and like Disney's like, you are not carrying these movies. So it's going to be cool and interesting to see what theaters go rogue and actually start.
I think Regal is carrying it. I think
Regal. I know
it.
Alamo is probably going to do it as well, but like some of the big ones, like I'm a shill for AMC, but I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think that like they may do one showing. I don't know.
Yeah, like one showing at like 10 p.m.
Exactly. I'm in.
I feel like Blood and Honey is let's see. Blood.
I'd love to see the comparison of like how many screens were showing Blood and Honey 1. I don't know if that was the name of the first one. Versus like the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they're going to be increasing it because of new demand.
It'll get an increased showing for sure. These movies
it's listed.
So
I think it only played like opening week because it was March 26th was opening week, and then in and out of theaters. So yeah,
I'll catch it on. I'll catch it on Peacock. We are watching so many other movies. I was like, I want to see it, but I'll see it. Yeah. I caught. It's gonna be great. I mean, we'll see. I'm excited. Let us know. I mean, I don't know. I know Alex, you watched the first one, right? Or did
no.
You haven't oh, okay. Well, you got to watch it. It's true cinema. But I would absolutely. What if in like 5 years we're doing this show, right, in our mansions, of course, at this point, and we do a box office breakdown of the Poohniverse. Can't wait.
I can see it.
I am in.
Manifesting.
I'm in. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm already ready. The trailer. I feel like they're like the trailer to the full thing. They're like the trailer drops in 2025. I was like, why are you telling us about a trailer that's going to drop next year?
Because they're going to lose the rights and the data and the storage space for all the stuff we just watched. So like, please put it on the internet. Oh, that's great. All right. Well, that is the Winnie the Poohverse is coming soon. Everyone. Desmond Hastings. Says Bob Iger says Disney is all about entertaining people, so he should buy Bambi the Reckoning, right? I don't want to get started. I almost did the whole news about. Have you guys been seeing that? There was almost like a hostile takeover to push Bob Iger out with some of the shareholders from like that private equity firm, and it just got like denied. But that's an interesting story. But I don't think I'm smart enough to articulate that story to everyone because there's a lot of fancy business words, but I think Bob Iger's good. Don't worry, everyone. He has a
I
job.
don't- Here's my thing. He's a billionaire, CEO of the biggest media company in the world. I wouldn't feel bad if they did it. I wouldn't feel bad if they ate him on the table in front of everybody. I don't care about Bob Iger. I don't care if he's
menu.
I love the menu. Yes. Special dessert. So, all right. So moving on to the next one. We're bringing the vibe all the way down, everyone. So with this, Funimation is officially dead. I didn't know another way to really give that intro. It kind of sounds like a bummer, but Funimation merged with Crunchyroll, but has been shut down as of April 2nd. I appreciate them not doing it on April 1st. That's a classy move. And accounts rolled over into Crunchyroll accounts. Fans of Funimation took to social media to express their sadness. Now, Alex has compiled some screenshots of some tweets from Funimation folks.
I'll take us through it, Daniel. So listen, Funimation was a big deal, and here's some tweets of people. Are you sure you want to exit Funimation? No, I don't.
Oh,
Sad.
that one's so sad.
Converting my Funimation to Crunchyroll was heartbreaking. I'm gonna cry.
Oh my god.
Rip Funimation. I'm going to miss the opening because that was a big thing. A lot of people said that. I'm going to miss the openings and endings before I watch my anime because they had a very specific, animation and voiceover. Oh, look, this is little Squidward as the anime fans crying over Funimation. 30 years.
Damn. That is a long time. I had no. Wow. That's our whole life, Daniel.
Yeah. Oh,
30 years. Still can't believe it's gone. I started some of my first shows on this. For some reason, shows always felt better when streaming it. I'm going to miss that intro sound. And the final sad tweet is, rest in peace, Funimation. You pioneered anime in the Western world.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal.
Yeah, I think a lot.
Sorry, go ahead, Daniel. Go ahead.
I think a lot of those like animes that we remember, like from when we were growing up, like Dragon Ball Z, I think they were like licensed through Funimation. So like Funimation really did bring a lot to the US.
I was gonna say I am beyond. I'm a novice when it comes to anime. In what in the line of work we've always done. We have a general grasp of most pop culture, but not anime. Like anime's always been this pop culture blind spot that we like to say that we all have. But anime is a huge one. I just know how Funimation was huge, but I always thought they were owned by Crunchyroll. Like this is the story that I know the least amount about. But I mean, other than like Dragon Ball, like what are they more prominently known for? Like, are they a streaming service?
They're a service. They also funded and produced a lot of anime. Anime is not my biggest focus. Like it's not a complete blind spot, but it's like very not in my. It's in my peripheral more. But
you've got the body pillow, so
that's true. They brought a lot of anime over here, and they are the ones who first. So like it was a big deal to get it subbed and dubbed like over here because to get like my friend Isabel, she used to watch Sailor Moon, and she would like have to get the videos from Japan and like go online and find a downloaded transcript of what was actually happening, like subtitled, like have a piece of paper while she's watching it to like understand what was happening.
That's just homework.
Yeah, it's a lot of homework. So like Funimation was really big on like, I think they called it simul dub or simul sub or something, where like as it was being released overseas in Japanese, they had it and they already had it what the heck's the word? Transcribed with the transcribed with the subtitles. That was their biggest thing. Yeah. So
well, it sucks, man.
Was a real big one.
Yeah, that sucks that left. I mean, Tenchi here says all the old OG companies that brought anime to the US market are gone now. Pioneer, Animigo, Funimation, ADV, and Central Park Media. Dwayne says, I've only watched a few anime. Death Note, Akira, and High School of the Dead. I've watched Death Note and Akira before. Those are good. Did Funimation do Battle of the Planets? I'm not sure. Maybe someone could answer that.
Did.
I'm not 100% sure. I don't even know what that is. So, yes, they did. I'm going to confidently say yes, even though I have no idea what it is.
some big news that has to do with this, which you'll see a lot about on the internet, is first of all, Crunchyroll prices are higher than Funimation, so everyone's Funimation account got absorbed by Crunchyroll and they rolled over. But now, once you go into Crunchyroll, your subscription price went up. And also Planet of all the Planets was the 80s. That just makes me. Also, Funimation. This is also what's driving people crazy. Funimation purchases have not rolled over. So, like people who you could be buying movies, like
right.
Like
so your catalog is not
there, and Crunchyroll has not announced like as of this like shutdown. And like the funny thing is like they announced this like in 2022, like is when the merger started. And now,
so people have known. It's not like.
No, people knew it was coming, but like this is when it happened, like the final shutdown. And from 2022 till now, Crunchyroll's never said like, oh, by the way, this is how we're going to transfer all of your purchases. They never had anything in place. So it's been like over a year and like they've done nothing about it.
I will say, I mean, I feel like I'm being callous about this, but I'm like, I will say though, if I bought like, because I have a lot of purchases on like Amazon and Apple Plus just for movies that I want. If they merge into something and they're like, we don't know how we're going to get your entire database, literally hundreds and hundreds of dollars that I've spent like into this, like I would be pretty upset. So once again, I've made this about me and I understand.
But that ties into the last point, which is part of probably why this is taking so long and it's such a problem, that there's like almost 200 titles on Funimation that are not carrying over or have not yet carried over to Crunchyroll. And they, it's probably due to licensings, especially like, Crunchyroll's owned by Sony. So it's like, it turns into this whole situation. So now like, I'm fascinated to see like, are these studios now like going to be like strong arm negotiating for better deals? Are they going to, is Netflix and Hulu and Peacock, all these other Amazon snatching? There's like almost 200 things that are currently, are they up for grabs? Like, I don't know what it is, but there's almost 200 of them that have not carried over. So that's like a big deal. And that could really like, imagine going to one place for all 200 of your shows. And now like every show you want to watch is on a different streaming service.
That sucks. I mean, it's like piecemealed.
That would be a bummer. I mean, I don't know that, that sucks. That sucks for everyone who has probably spent so much. Like if that was your most utilized subscription service, and it's just gone, even if you had the notice, it still sucks because it's not exactly the same. So that sucks, man. And
it begs the question for like purchased content. Like, do you own? I mean, obviously you don't. If they can just shut down the service, and all of a sudden, what you purchased, what you paid for, is now gone. That sucks.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know if it's going to be as big of a deal for everybody because like anime is so niche. Even though it's like they had like tens of millions of subscribers, so it's like so niche. But like now all of us who like I bought like the other day I was like losing my mind because I had to re-sign into my Amazon for some reason on my TV. It wasn't showing my purchases. And I was like, what the heck's going on? Because I wanted to watch Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins, my favorite Marvin Lawrence movie.
Okay.
Highly
Martin Lawrence Mondays, huh?
Yeah, Martin Lawrence Mondays. But like that, like Daniel said, it's like I bought this movie. I bought Into the Spider-Verse. Like I bought it digitally so I could watch it like whenever I want, wherever I want. Like what happens if Sony says like, okay, well, we don't want Into the Spider-Verse on Amazon anymore. And now I can't watch it, this movie that I paid for. So it's like, it's really going to
physical media. Physical media.
Flex media servers. The secret is piracy. We're not advocating that.
We are not. Fandom Social does not advocate piracy, unless any of those pirates would like to sponsor the show. In that case, we're open to it. All right, let's move over into one. Alex, I'm gonna have you read this because I'm gonna be honest. I forgot we were doing this bit of news, so I didn't look anything up about it. But I'll read the headline and then you can take us through. BAFTA Games Tomb Raider. That's all you wrote. So.
That's a note for me. So we went down. We got all depressing. Now we're going to get into like angry internet fans.
Back up.
So BAFTA, the British Academy of Film and Television Arts Game Awards, is celebrating its 20th anniversary and polled over 4,000 gamers to ask who the most, Paul, this is your word, who the most what?
Who the most
Iconic. That's a word you use so many times. Iconic.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
So it says, who is the most iconic video game character of all time? And Daniel, drumroll please, who did they vote for? Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. So this
I thought her
is,
name was Tomb Raider.
No, her name's, and it's not Laura Croft as you wrote in the text message. It's Lara Croft. So this is, it's actually missing a couple of them.
I am difficult to be friends
missing
with.
a couple.
It's missing one, I think, at the end. So this is most of them. Yeah.
That's
Plus,
crazy.
I don't
I
have.
didn't realize there've been so many.
That's a crazy ass lineup.
Yeah.
So that's
There are they're working on a new game, I think, as well. For
Yep, they're working on a new game.
Larry Craft.
Lara Croft.
Lara Croft.
If you want to, by the way,
broken it in my brain, and now I can't say it.
if you want to laugh really hard, speaking of Lara Croft, when the new Tomb Raider, like the newest iteration of Tomb Raider came out, like the more like realistic, not as like exaggerated, whatever version came out, Conan O'Brien did his like terrible gamer, whatever, or like his bad game, where he's trying to play games with people, and he did this, and he also calls her Lara Croft, and he gets really angry every time he gets corrected. But it's actually really funny to watch him flip out trying to play.
Would be me. I was like, I don't care. I'm just trying to jump over this cliff.
Yeah.
To
Liza and Jin's distress. Yes, the video game heroine beat the likes of Nintendo's Mario, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Pac-Man. So, I mean, I guess they got a lot of people who were like 90s people, like 90s babies.
Yeah.
Because 90s babies would have grown up with more of Lara Croft than with Mario or Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Do you have a history of playing these games? I only remember playing like whatever the newest. There was a new one that came out.
There's a new trilogy.
That came out like 2 or 3 years ago. It was the first in the trilogy that coincided with the Alicia Vikander movies. And that one I played, and I was like, "Whoa, this is beautiful."
I forgot there were Alicia Vikander movies.
Yeah,
just the one, and it's very, very upsetting.
Oh, same.
Yeah, it's not great, but it exists.
Yeah,
Angelina Jolie, she's my Lara Croft.
She's clearly not, since you can't even say her name right. Ugh,
Laura Croft.
There it is. Go ahead, Alex. Are you gonna take his Mexicanisms away from him?
No, I'll allow it. But yeah, she was portrayed by Angelina Jolie and Alicia Vikander, and Netflix is apparently doing an animated series, which I'm looking forward to, because
that'd be cool.
These things translate better in animation.
You think it'll?
Yeah, this property especially.
Yeah,
we can definitely watch that animated show on Crunchyroll, not on Funimation. I'll tell you.
I think that they should do two versions of the show. One in the old pixelated Madonna pointy boob version, and one in the modern version.
That'd be so sick.
Yeah, that would be really funny.
Release the triangle cut. Is just Alex's shirt.
Release the triangle cut. Ugh,
I have, again, we've all been in pop culture for a long time, and I can speak to me and Alex specifically. We used to moderate quite a few things, and the amount of weird comments that are very directly aimed at certain areas of the character versus other generations area of the same character is like, guys, what are we talking about?
Just everybody calm down.
This is still a family-friendly show, even though we just showed like an evil Bambi. This is still a family-friendly show, but you guys can all pick up what I'm putting down. But I'm like, guys, what are we talking about here?
Yeah,
like what's going on?
Yeah, everyone needs to relax.
Haley Atwell. That's cool. I love Haley Atwell. She's great in everything. Alex, fact check Steve.
Haley Atwell, Tomb Raider. Let's see.
Lara Croft is English originally, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, there's a first look trailer, but yes, she is voicing. She's voicing her. Wow. I'm excited. I'm even more excited because I was going to watch it anyways because I really enjoy it, but now I'm okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Tenji says Tomb Raider did get a multi-film franchise before Mario and Sonic. I mean, it's that one's obvious. It's so much easier to adapt that than a little Italian plumber and a little red rat or blue rat. What is he?
Let us
He's a
not forget
hedgehog.
the
He's
John
a
He's a
Leguizamo.
hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, they got the
He talks
Indiana
about
Jones script. They erased all the parts that said Indiana Jones, and they put Lara Croft in it, and it was done. Just like when they made the what's that one? The Uncharted movie. They just erased Lara Croft and they wrote Nathan Drake.
Oh yeah.
It's all the
It's
same.
the same exact thing. But anyways, yeah. So on a little fun, and hopefully some internet anger. Yes, Lara Croft, most iconic.
Most iconic. Congrats, Laura. If you want to ever come on the show, let us know. Reach out to hello@fandomsocial.com. All right. Last bit we have here is the Spider-Man, The Spider Within. It's the YouTube short that was released, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
I teed that up for you improperly, but go ahead and read it.
Okay. So The Spider Within, a Spider-Verse story. So the threequel Beyond the Spider-Verse was originally set to be released on March 29th, but then Sony removed it from the release schedule with no new date. But for some reason on the 27th of this year, they released this in-universe short film called The Spider Within, and it's on all the official Sony and Spider-Man whatever movie official YouTube channels. So I saw it.
Mm-hmm. I watched it as well.
It was good. It was nice. It was short because it's a short film, and it wasn't
10 minutes. It's only about 10 minminutes, I think.
It's only about 10 minutes, and it's pretty good. So I don't know if anyone has seen it, but go watch it. I highly recommend it. But
and it is like a little. I think it's like another story that takes place in between the first and second movie, right? Like it's not like an epilogue to the second movie. So if you haven't seen the second movie, it's not a spoiler. You're not missing anything, but or you're not spoiling anything. But it is good. It's only 10 minutes, and like it is, it does give you that little hit that we're all missing for the next movie.
Oh my god, that little
Spider-Verse stitch.
Yeah, that's a little Spider-Verse. Yeah, I got my Spider-Verse patch.
He says it's 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Wow. Yeah, it really does. It really does fly. Like it is.
And Salvador said, Vega said it was so good, which I agree because it has everything you're looking for in a Spider-Verse movie. It has a little bit of action and a lot of heart, which is everything that I love about the Spider-Verse movies. But it makes me want to talk about Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Oh, I know. We just had like a whole episode, which you guys can go watch. We did about 2 weeks ago, where we broke down all of the live action Spider-Man films because they're all in theaters now. I think starting this weekend, or they started last weekend, right?
I think it started
last weekend, starting with Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1, and then every weekend it is a new live action Spider-Man movie. So like this weekend will be Spider-Man 2, so on and so forth. But yeah, like if we would have talked about like our favorite Spider-Man films, like the Spider-Verse films, like they're incredible. I love them so much. It looks like the whole movie feels like Daniel's background. And I just,
oh my god, Daniel! If you stand in the right spot, you could be the Prowler.
Oh
yeah, you got to stand up, and it's coming out of your shoulders. Hold on, here you go. Yeah, the Prowler.
Well, now you look like you're like on a pamphlet for a cult.
Yeah, now I like that better.
That looks good. Yeah,
Spider Cult.
Oh, I can. When you said Prowler, I could hear his music. The when his like claws come out. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna rewatch that movie tonight. I'm doing it.
I had to watch Into the Spider-Verse the other night. I was like, I gotta watch it. But yeah, so I mean, freaking Beyond the Spider-Verse, man. Like it was supposed to come out. Everyone's excited. We're all excited for it. And then, no information as to why they delayed it and why there's absolutely no release date. So I was speculating with myself and like,
yeah.
Do you have any speculations?
I do. I feel like these movies are like the crown jewel of Sony's entire Spider-Man entity, and they need to distance themselves as much as possible from all of the other Spider content they're doing. Because those movies are so bad, even in their marketing efforts, right? Like the like Madam Web was horrible. We've all talked about this. We've all made the jokes, but it was like so bad that it started swinging back. The pendulum started to come back around. We're like, it's so bad that it's interesting, that like we want to hate watch it. Like the Winnie the Poohverse films. You're like, this is going to be terrible. Like, I have to see it. But these films, these Spider-Verse films, are like legitimate Oscar contender films. And Sony, I think, treats them entirely separately. I think it was a mixture of them wanting to separate themselves from the other trash, the spider trash bug films that they're doing, and also the strikes that happened. They're just like, it's a perfect excuse. It's a perfect cover. So
right. But the problem is that they're not going to have a chance to distance themselves because Craven is still coming out. Venom is still coming out this year. So
when does the Beyond the Spider-Verse come out?
They don't have a date for it.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying they're not going to release it for like another year and a half and just like completely. I think they'll go further. I do.
Really? Okay, yeah, because it's like even though they have it all like filmed, I feel like they're done with it, and like everyone thought it was going to be like, like Lord of the Rings was coming out every year, and Harry Potter's were coming. Well, Harry Potter's there's more distance between them, but like it was something you can look forward to when you're thinking about a two-parter. Right? Like everyone was like, they were like, oh, it's going to come out in March. That's so close. I don't have to be so anxious and stressed out about that insane cliffhanger. Everyone left that movie stressed out over that cliffhanger.
I did, because like everyone else, I had no idea it was going to be split into 2 movies.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what just happened? Like they're on a roof and they look awesome. Like the movie, I've been here for 2 hours. I'll sit for another 2 hours. I don't care. Like,
yeah. So I was actually watching a Seinfeld episode. It was like the first ever Seinfeld To Be Continued, and he does a bit about To Be Continued at the end of that episode, where he's like, he's like, you're looking at your watch, you're like, there's 5 minutes left. They can't possibly wrap up this much story in 5 minutes, and you're so stressed to see the words "To Be Continued" coming, but you know it's coming. And I was like, yeah, that's how I felt about the Spider-Verse movies, and like to expect it to be this March, and like to finally look forward to it, and then like last year they're just like, nah, we don't know when it's going to come out. So like I was like my thing, Paul, and I voiced this a little bit, is that like I was afraid that they were going to go the other way and Sony it and just be like, wow, we're all these corporate America. We need to make sure that all of our other properties are making money. And so we're gonna like rewrite it so that Madam Web is in it, and like we want Venom in it because this is the last Venom movie, and we want to Craven the Hunter in it. And I'm stressed out that they're like refilming it just so they could have all these people in it. And I'm gonna lose it if that's the case.
Yeah, there was some kind of tie-in from I think it was like the second one, Across the Spider-Verse, with like the Insomniac Spider-Man game. It was some kind of like
in the
Easter
game.
egg. Huh.
He's in the like when they're spoilers, I guess a little bit. I mean, I won't spoil it, but there's a scene where there's a lot of different Spider-Man actually having like a very serious talk with Miguel O'Hara, and he's there. And I think they call him like the Yuri Lowenthal. Lowenthal? Is that his name? Lowenthal?
Yeah.
Yuri Lowenthal Spider-Man. Like he's there, but he's like agreeing with Miguel O'Hara. I think that's what it was. But
so in the game, Spider-Man 2, if you collect enough of these Easter egg thingies, there's like this portal that opens up, and there's like a bartender in there, and she's from the Spider-Verse universe. And she says something like, "Oh, Miguel told me you'd be reaching out," or something like that. So like they've tied it to the movie. So I'm curious, like, are they going to try and like shoehorn in all like the Madam Web and like Craven?
And spoiler again, she's a character who was supposed to actually have an actual real part in Across the Spider-Verse, but she got cut.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's in the. I have the art of the concept art for the movie, and there's a whole like 3 pages on these different characters because that's Josie's Bar. For anyone who reads Spider-Man, Josie's Bar is like a big deal, and I think that was Josie's Bar. So,
Tenchi says all the tangential Spider-Man character films are for the express purpose of making sure Disney never gets the rights back, and Sony can say, "See, we're so actively using it." I agree somewhat, I guess, with that. But all of Sony's actual efforts go into the video games for the PlayStation and Spider-Verse trilogy. That I 100% agree with. Yes, that is where they understand that's where the money is, and like the acclaim is, and there's money in acclaim as well.
Quality. That's where they threw all of their quality, which is amazing to me because like. I could sit here. I could play that game right now. I could leave this and I should go right back. I beat the game twice already. It's the first game I platinumed in like years. I'm like, I got to get every trophy. Yeah. And I'll play it again right now. I don't even care.
Alex, I heard that if you collect a trophy, a portal opens up and you can drink with a bartender. or something,
Yeah.
some shit. I don't
You
know.
got it exactly right.
All right. Well, that is our pop culture news and headlines for the day. But everyone, we've got a. You guys ready? You guys ready for this? You guys ready to get freaking spooky and get a little bit dumber with all of us? We are bringing back Cryptid Corner. I've been very excited. We're like, you know what? It's going to be a short episode. So we've got 10 minutes to fill, everyone. If you don't know, I am a huge fan of cryptids, and cryptids are beasts or entities that people believe to exist, but they don't have that one pesky little thing you need to call them animals, which is proof. So they are in the cryptozoological family, but they don't exist because they do not have proof or whatever you scientist nerds need. Yeah. So today we are talking about a cryptid again that means a little bit to me. I think it's fun, but it's going to mean, some to you guys because you guys have a version of this cryptid just walking around willy-nilly in your little apartments there. We're talking about two. One for Alex, and Alex's is a howler. We've heard him.
Yeah,
we were in our. Mazzy likes to scream.
Yeah, she does not like. If I'm not paying attention to her, she's like not happy.
I'm the same way with Alex's attention, honestly. Though, we're talking about the Wampus Cat. Oh, I was excited. Look at it. It looks. It's huge. It's like the size of a lion and a cougar, but you do want to pet it.
Yeah,
of course.
This is one where I would walk up to it like, pss, 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 doing the cat noise.
Yeah, you have to be. It's got 6 legs, so you have to. You have to like.
Oh yeah,
it's a lot more.
Is that what it is? Is that the rule? One per leg.
One per leg.
You know what that looks? Bring that one back up, Daniel. That looks like cover art for. Remember that video game? Was it Turok?
Oh yeah,
this looks like Turok. All right. Well,
or like a metal album. It could be a Thin Lizzy album. Like I feel like.
Let's put an image up again, Daniel, of it. And I'm going to read this. The Wampus Cat is a legendary creature from American folklore, particularly prevalent in the Appalachian region, particularly in the southern United States. It's described as a fearsome beast with various regional interpretations, but commonly depicted sometimes as a half-woman, half-cat, or cougar creature. The legend of the Wampus Cat has its roots in Cherokee mythology, but has since become part of a broader southern folklore. This cryptid is got like its roots for sure in the South, but really in the Appalachians, like it is a whole thing. Some people call it Old Scratch, which is also a name for the devil, but they call it like the devil cat, but it's got its name as Old Scratch, and it's this crazy story that has its roots in I'm gonna just be honest, the subjugation of women in Native American culture, like early on in the days. They were seen as as providers. They were also hunters, but they also were still meant to listen more to the men, and they had their own preparations and they had their own things that they were supposed to be doing. So one of the origins of it that is the most prevalent in the crack research that I've done is the origins of the Wampus Cat legend are intertwined with Cherokee mythology, as mentioned. According to some versions of the story, a Cherokee woman disguised herself as a cougar to spy on her husband, who was a part of the men's tribal council. And when the shaman who was leading the council saw her, he binded her to the pelt that she was wearing, which was a puma or a cougar. So thus creating the Wampus Cat. And so doesn't she looks great, honestly, though, for being nearly 500.
She's out.
She's great. It's interesting. It's not a cryptid that has a whole lot of fanfare behind it, but there are tons of interviews that I found. They were all just written. I wanted to really find some video interviews, but for some reason, people don't want to go on video and on record talking about how they saw the Wampus Cat and like what are they even doing out in the mountains at 2 and 3 a.m. with their friend Roger. But they have like so many people dedicated their lives to finding this thing. There is the International Wampus Society, which is for the study, research, and capture of any wampus-like creature. I did sign up for the newsletter, but it was only last night, so I haven't gotten anything from them. But I'll keep everyone posted. I signed up for a lot of weird shit for this show, but that's by far one of the weirder ones. And I'll get filled in on any and all of the current Wampus comings and goings. Now, with this, the Wampus Cat is often depicted as a creature to be feared with abilities such as stealth, supernatural powers. But if you are of Native American descent, it is more of a guide, and she's more meant to keep you on the moral straight and narrow. So not Native American. So Daniel, half of us are good. Like a quarter of us are fine.
Yeah,
but you're not.
I'm 0%.
It's you're done.
I'm an
You're
immigrant.
done. How are we doing so far? Any questions on the Wampus Cat before we move on, Alex?
So it's got 6 legs. Was she did she have 2 of the legs draped over her, and then
That's what I was thinking.
that's that makes sense. It's just like draped. She's got her arms plus the
things,
like
plus
a spider,
the
right?
legs.
Spider have 6 or 8.
8.
She's like a squid.
What's wrong with you?
Squids have 8.
Squids have 6.
Squids have 8.
Octopus.
Squids have 6.
Oh, wait.
Octopus.
Right?
Octopus has 8
No.
for sure. Octo.
No.
I could swear a squid has 6.
Hold on.
Steve Nara will tell us. He'll tell us.
Steve Nara has always told us that she has 2 legs, the pelt has 4 legs, and that's 6.
Okay, I only know things about fake animals. I don't know anything else.
Squids have 10. Oh, squids are
10.
decapods. Right. Squids are.
Daniel, you idiot.
Excuse me. I'm not a squid scientist.
I like though that we both had the same the same reference. We're like, well, it's not octopus because octo means 8 because of Dr. Octopus who has 8. So that's
just like crabs. Crabs are also decapods, right?
No, they have 6.
No, they have 8, and then they have their claws. So
really?
Yes, so they're decapods. Which also, how I know this?
No, I'm curious.
From Moana, when he says, "Do you really think a demigod could beat a decapod? Look it up." He tells you to look it up. So I looked it up, and yes, crabs are decapods.
You are so easily influenced. We're so glad that didn't say like, go and rob a bakery. Look it up. Alex been like, so I went and robbed a bakery.
Yeah. Okay. Moana could make me do a lot of things. That movie is like the only Disney movie I like. Okay. I would watch it 1,000
Is the movie good enough to make you buy The Rock's new shampoo?
I would 100% buy The Rock's new shampoo.
He has a new shampoo.
He does. And the tagline, Daniel, is "My hair would have loved this." So he knows.
That's great. I hate that.
Yeah, it is pretty great. So as far as appearance goes, as you guys saw, it varies depending on the storyteller, depending on the region. In some regions, it is majoritively, it's like a normal puma color, like the one we've been showing you. But in the Appalachians, most people have claimed to see it as like a black puma. And that image is, I think the scarier one that's right here. This is the one that scares me the most. This is like the version of the Wampus Cat that I've read about before. I didn't know about the scripted until like maybe a month ago. But that one is the most scary because if you guys have ever seen, the Appalachian Mountains are probably the scariest place in this country. I would never go. And I love all this stuff, but like, I'm not worried. I mean, I wouldn't go to New Jersey for a lot of reasons, but like the Jersey Devil, like I wouldn't, I would go there. It doesn't scare me. Point Pleasant doesn't scare me, but like even just going to the Appalachian Mountains for whatever reason is horrifying. Have you heard like all of the weird, when they set up a mic out there and they're like just the weird noises that play?
It's terrifying. It's the worst place.
Horrifying. I hate
and
it.
all the coal mining and all the deaths and of course, do you listen to Old Gods of Appalachia?
Oh, I've listened to like I think 4 or 5 episodes of that podcast.
I am up to date on that. I've listened to every oh God, Dwayne's gonna come kill it. He's gonna send some cryptids our way. I am from and still
Please
a family.
do it. It'd be great.
Is it scary?
Yeah.
Is it scary? Tell us how scary it is.
Dwayne, can
I'm
you let us know?
The mountains, not not just like West Virginia. Like West Virginia is technically.
Alex, are you sitting here being like, no, we mean like the real mountain, not Dwayne, some city boy.
Yeah, like I don't mean like just West Virginia. I mean like close to like all the mountains. I mean, I know they run through that whole area.
There's, I have the two things that I think of when I think of Appalachian Mountains are how horrifying it is, and like all of the the mining that's gone on. And then the second thing is that one girl who went famous because she's got like the accent, and they ask her to do like really serious monologues from like video games or something. And she's got like the Appalachian accent, and she's like, "Here I am become death." she does like the most serious monologues in her accent. It's great. I'm sure you guys all know who I'm talking about, but she's fantastic. But Dwayne, I'm curious.
Dwayne says, yeah, hold on. Dwayne says, my family there is very scary, true mountain folks. And Steve Nara, that's another thing I think about. I think of the mines of Moria. Yeah, the dark coal mines of the Appalachian. The moonshiners dug too far, too greedily, and too deep.
Drink, you fool.
If you've seen The Descent, that could probably be a documentary. Yeah, that's what I think about. That's the thing, because there's so much, unexplored like mining territory and just caves. There's just so much stuff there. Like it's just part of American, topography that's also like creates all this like scary mythology. And that's why like Old Gods of Appalachia, like I love listening to it, because I'm just like, this feels like this is what it's really like. There are witches in there, and there are monsters who suck your soul out of your body in the coal mines, and there are demons, and yes, they're all there. There's a demon who's made out of a deer, and his eyes are on fire. Yes, these are all things I believe are real.
Frickin' Wampus Cat. Wampus Cat is in there, just waiting for you to slip up. It wants to know what you're doing. It's like, where are you going, Alex? It's basically like your really clingy friend. It's me, Alex. It's me. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? You're like, I'm just at the movies. I'm like, okay, what are you watching?
Yeah, leave me alone.
You asked me to watch Monkey Man. Oh, awesome. What showing did you go to? You're like, why are you following me? Why are you asking that to me? I am the
You're
Wampus
3
Cat.
hours behind me. What do you care?
What do you need? But lastly, the Wampus Cat has appeared in film and literature, and I believe the Wampus Cat is also, it's got some very small ties into Harry Potter lore, where some of the wands, how they've got like the thing that powers them, like the dragon's beak or whatever. Well, some of them have the hair of a Wampus Cat in them. So that's like in the actual lore of it. Yeah. And then the core. Yeah, Wampus Cat core. Look it up. And also, I believe like Wampus is the name of one of the American Hogwarts houses. That one I was a little less sure on, but I think that's how I interpreted that. But but it's like a magical deity and being that isn't that.
Oh yeah,
that it's got like old roots in American folklore. So much so people have started to embrace it, much like Point Pleasant has embraced the good old Mothman here. Thank you, Alex, for this. By the way, I use it every day.
I was thinking that Frank Frazetta should draw a Wampus Cat. Like that's
I would love it. Frank Frazetta did an entire like cryptid calendar. I would buy 5. Yeah. I would buy one for everyone watching here.
Only if he was still alive. And actually, I'm looking it up, and in the wizarding world, but not the Hogwarts, the American wizarding world, the American schools of wizarding, they use Wampus Cat's hair for wizarding world wand cores. But that's fascinating.
Yeah. There seems to be like a through line from like Wampus Cats to academia, because like there's some mascots out there. And someone in the chat mentioned it too.
Yeah, this here is at Conway Junior High School in Conway, Arkansas. It is their mascot. They've sort of fully embraced it. I guess there have been some sightings in Arkansas. Basically in the American like Southwest. No, in the American, where are we? Southeast? The Appalachia regions in Texas and Arkansas, a little bit of Louisiana. It has been seen all over there. And then in one of the I have a book on cryptids naturally, and in that book it is said to be a apex predator. It is a class 4 apex predator cryptid, which means it has little to no natural natural enemies. I think that's not the word, enemies, predators. Except for the Mothman and Bigfoot. They have, apparently, according to cryptozoological theories, it can be eaten by it, but it has a blood curdling like scream. It has like eyes that are bright yellow, especially on the black puma version, that usually like hypnotizes people and steers them away at times, like if they're getting too close to a mine, and it can steer them and hypnotize them.
This sounds like Mazzy, by the way.
Your cat, yeah.
Only she's usually steering me to her food bowl that is full.
She's just feed your cat, please.
Yeah,
for the love of the show.
Yeah.
But that was that was us dipping our toe back into Cryptid Corner, everyone. Thank you so much. It's the Wampus Cat. I loved it. We'll be back with another one. I had to throw this one together. I suggested this, and then I was like, oh yeah, that's today. So I kind of pulled from a little something that I already knew, but I've got 4 or 5 that I really want to talk about that are not like Mothman and Bigfoot and everything, but they're all in the same family. All right. Well, and thus was born the Cryptoverse from Fandom Social Pictures. Not Cryptoverse. We should have invested in that a while ago.
Yeah. It's come and gone. I think we missed the wave.
We did. Yeah. We did make Steve like the best Wikipedia article. Yeah. According to this completely non-altered Wikipedia, Wampas? The
Wampas. Yeah, I think so. Those big gray blocks.
No,
there's Goombas.
No, Wampas are the big frozen things that gets his arm cut off by Luke Skywalker.
Oh yeah.
I think they're just called Womps in Mario. I think they're just called Womps.
Oh,
yeah, they're just called Womps. And they're closely related to the cryptid called Thwomps.
Timeline.
What is a Thwomp?
It's essentially just like a guidebook.
Oh man! Exactly. One of these days, Paul, if we're going to be doing Cryptid Corner, I want to do a Cryptid Corner.
Absolutely.
Everyone
is welcome.
Finish one.
Yeah, finished, not finished, whatever cryptid you want. Send in your cryptids, everyone, please. Let us know if there's one that's like regional to you. We'd love to look into it and talk about it. We can always carve out 10 or 15 minutes to make everyone in the audience just a little bit more interesting at work tomorrow. So, all right. Thank you guys for joining us. Alex, Daniel, how do you guys feel? Feeling good?
Pretty good.
A little scared
to be back in the saddle.
Wampus cats running around.
They are. What are your Wampus cats' names again?
Milo and Kita.
Milo and Kita.
I like it.
Oh, okay.
Right. Who? They're your cats.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. At a glance, we're starting to like figure out because they don't wear collars, which probably not the most safe.
How avant of you.
We believe in freedom here in this house, and but yeah, no.
They walk,
at a glance,
they walk around with walk around with bandanas that say "Don't tread on me." I get it.
Yeah. They got little red hats they're wearing.
Don't tread on me. And it's like a cat swatting a snake.
I thought you were doing a Miss Cleo thing. Tread me now.
Oh no.
Yeah, we Dwayne says we have one around called the Bowman Beast. It preys in the local cornfield.
Ooh,
it's good that
cornfields are scary.
Yeah, they are. Our
religious.
Daniel's mom we grew up being called children of the corn. Literally. Our entire lives she called us corn children. So once again, we've made this about us. But all right, yeah, send in your cryptids. Let us know. Happy to do them. They're fun. Alex, do you have a cryptid around you?
Do I have a cryptid around me? I think the Jersey Devil is the closest one to me.
Okay.
I mean,
Chris Christie.
You know what? Yeah, Chris Christie. You know what? Actually, I'm going to look up if there are any Long Island cryptids.
All right, you do that.
I don't think there are. But
all right, everyone.
Well, the Montauk Monster.
Oh, the Montauk Monster.
Okay,
it's a big one.
Cool story, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay. But yeah.
Okay.
What about Killing
Montauk
Time?
Monster is also what they called Jim Carrey in. I had it on the tip of my tongue. I couldn't remember the name of the movie.
Eternal
Meet me in Montauk.
Spotless Mind.
Thank you. That's the alternate name of that movie. All right, everyone.
Rockville Center is the next town over for me, by the way.
Oh, is it really? Okay, we can do this off air. We don't need to do this now in front of
Okay.
everyone.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you all so much. Alex, as always, you're an absolute delight. thank you. Daniel, please unplug that before you go to bed.
I'm very concerned about fire safety.
Yes.
But then
Uh-huh.
go ahead.
We're good. Are we gonna? I mean, you can ruin the intro again, the outro again if you'd like.
I enjoy it.
We have fun. All right, everyone, and of course to all of you guys, thank you so much. We hope you guys are, again, you learned absolutely nothing, and you can just kind of hang out, tune in. We'll see you at Universal Studios. We'll all go together. Lara Croft.
Lara.
Laura Croft. Well, everyone, with that, thank you guys all so much. We'll see you next Thursday. We've got another show. I'll be out, but Autumn will be filling in. Well, she'll be here. She's not filling in. So Autumn will be back.
Yes.
Yeah, she'll be back. Everyone will be back. Thank you guys. We'll see you same time next week, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern, and whatever time it is for our Alaska viewer. I know one of you is in Alaska. I don't know what time it is there. It's probably like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Oh wow!
It is 6 p.m.
Oh, okay. Oh, they're in Pacific. I didn't know that. I'm an idiot. All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you guys next Thursday. As always, like, comment, subscribe with the notification bell. It really helps whenever you guys like or share. And you guys have a great commenting night. Thank you so much. Let us know in the comments after this video your local cryptid, your local haunted story. We love that stuff. It's so great. Yeah, we'll be seeing you guys around. Thank you so much. Remember to like what you love what you like, and don't be a wampus cat about it. All right.
Ooh,
Mwahaha.
Mwahaha.